Hi guys, so today we are having a look at another Revolution product. I know, I've been doing quite a lot of them lately, but they've been bringing out so much stuff that's been of interest to me. So this was not so much straight up interest as, oh my god, that's weird, I need to play with it, and it is the Onyx Primer. So as you may have noticed in the thumbnail, or may have seen in the internet in general, this guy is black. Like, it's black. It's not like just like a clear wash of black. It's, you know, it's opaque black. So yeah. So I've got the information up about this from the Revolution website, or I thought I did, but my phone stopped loading because I locked the screen. So it's £8 and you get 18 millilitres for your money. So as Revolution goes, it's not the cheapest option, but we'll see how it behaves. So the description they have is a new generation of primers introducing the unconventional and soft texture Onyx Primer, a black gel liquid that becomes sheer in application, blurs imperfections for an immediate smooth matte finish, apply after moisturiser before foundation. Caution, this product may stain clothes. Not worrying at all. So cruelty-free and vegan. The ingredients don't mean a whole lot to me. I mean, there's something listed as iron oxide, which I suspect is what's causing the blackness. It is a silicone-based primer. There is dimethicone in there. I was kind of expecting there to be charcoal in this because of the mattifying and because of the black, but I don't see it. But there is a cinnamon bark extract in here as well, which is an ingredient that I don't remember seeing in products before. So I've obviously used this as a base on half my face today, so we can see whether it does make a difference or not, and we will do a wear test. So here is the application section. Right, so let's get started. I'm going to prime the right side of my face. Now, this is advertised, remember, as a blurring and mattifying gel primer. So this is the first time I'm going to really see the texture of this one and see how gel-like it actually is. So, oh yeah, that's definitely gel. Okay, so, and it's definitely black. How weird is that? Okay, so I'm a bit nervous about how much to use. It's like, at what point is it going to start turning my skin black? Which I'm clearly going to experiment with later. But for now, I'm just going to put on a kind of normal-ish primer amount and hope for the best. Oh dear. I think we might have found our answer. Okay, so I had a bit of like dry skin on my nose. Some of the black got into that. So that's interesting. It's not designed for dry skin. That's possibly why. So yeah, I'm not prepping the other side. I'm not priming the other side. We're just going to see how well it works, you know, compared to no primer. I'm so tired, I'm muddling my words. I'm still using the matte base from Revolution. It's being a bit of a current favourite. So we will just see how this goes on the primed and non-primed side, and then we're going to obviously do a wear test and we'll see whether one lasts better than the other. Still in love with my Nancy Flawless foundation brush, which I'm just going to give a last minute little dry off of before I dunk into my foundation. I was spot cleaning this just before I started my eye makeup. So, right. I feel like in my head I'm going to be paranoid about seeing grey and black and stuff all day. But clearly not an issue. Especially with a mega coverage foundation. So, I'm just trying to see if there's any kind of real difference in application for the primed and non-primed side. I feel like it looks like we've got slightly better coverage on the primed side, so that's interesting. You know, you've paid for the product, you want it to do something. Yeah. So I don't know why my voice has gone funny. I was at ice hockey last night, but I wasn't shouting that much. I mean, I shouted at the goalie for a wee bit, but excessively. Right, so my nose is doing its usual trick where it doesn't like to have foundation, like, grip onto it. I don't know what it is. I wish I could fix it. But I just have to be a bit more gentle going around my nose for it to actually grip. Okay, so let's have a zoom in because, as I said, it is meant to be a blurring primer, which to me makes me think it's going to make my skin look smoother. Okay. Looking at the pores on each side, I actually think that has definitely made a difference to the smoothness of my skin, which is quite nice. Not as noticeable in the forehead. Yeah, but definitely across these pores, this looks a lot smoother than this side, which is nice. So, as you see, I've got quite a lot of spots, so I'm just going to add a wee bit more foundation, just to even out the kind of the worse off patches. Right, so I'm going to go and finish the rest of my makeup, and we'll come back for a final face timestamp. But for just now, if anybody's wondering, it is 10 to 11. Right, I'm back with the finished face, so it is 5 past 11. One thing I want to do before I go about the rest of my day is just find out how much of this I can put on and will be absorbed by my skin before the colour starts to show. So let's have a play with the back of my hand. So 1 drop. Actually, on camera that is picking up as having a slight grey cast already. 2nd drop. So two tiny layers is apparently the limit. Just because I'm curious. Let's have a 3rd drop. Although that was a slightly bigger drop as well, I think. Yeah. So at this point, it's kind of not absorbing in because of that kind of thicker gel texture, I guess. And we've got a very, very clear amount of colour. So I guess the lesson there is that it's quite easy to go overboard with this, but also you'll know because it will stop absorbing into the skin, so I guess you'd be able to dab it off, which is something. So yeah, so this is the final look for today. Now that I'm all powdered, I still think this side does look smoother, which is nice. So we'll see what it does on the mattifying oil control throughout the day. And yeah, we'll be back to see how it goes. Right, so I thought it was time for a check-in. It is 4:15 now, and as you can see, there is oil starting to break through. So, drum roll. I would say it's relatively even on both sides, to be honest with you. So I don't think the oil control properties in this are you know, amazing, compared to, say, the Mattify one, which I've been really loving. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a shame, but whatever. I'm just going to quickly tap that down and be a little bit more matte. So we'll obviously keep going with the wear test because I want to see what it does for the, you know, the longevity of the makeup, because there's still the fact that it did blur the pores nicely. So, you know, if oil isn't your biggest concern, but you do like a pore blurring primer, we still need to see whether this is going to be good for the wear of the foundation for you guys. So I'll be back in a bit. Right, so I am back. It is almost 9 o'clock, which means I've had this on for just about the 10-hour mark. My finished face check-in was at like 11:05, but obviously the foundation things went on slightly before that, so, you know, call it around 10 hours. So you can definitely see I am oily. You know, it's not picking up quite as badly on camera, probably will when we zoom in, but it's at a stage where I wouldn't be happy walking around with it. Yeah. So we're losing coverage on my chin, right down the middle, so equal for the primed and non-primed. The nose, it's completely broke down and apparently has been itchy. And yeah, it's looking worse for, maybe not worse. I think it's just I've maybe scratched at that side a bit more. The pores are still looking pretty smoothed out compared to the unprimed side. And my forehead, well, I don't know what my forehead's problem is, but it always seems to end up with like marks and just, you know, this is just completely unset at this point. I can like blend it in like a whole new set of foundation, which is kind of gross. So yeah, and you can kind of almost see on my finger how much oil there is now. No, doesn't want to focus on that. There we go. Yeah, so that's just transferring like crazy and loads of oil. So I'm going to call this now, partially because when it gets this oily, I just want to take it off. It's uncomfortable. So kind of curious to see how this works combined with this guy, which I'm now thinking is awesome and even more awesome than I already thought it was, because I do like the pore filling side of this, but for the oil control and the, you know, wear of the foundation, it's doing nothing, absolutely nothing. So if you're looking for a mattifying primer that's really going to extend the life of your foundation, this is not the product for you. Goodbye. Do not, just keep walking, don't pick it up. If you have, you know, problems with pores that you want to kind of blur and fill in, and you don't have a problem with oil, this might work for you. But I don't really know too many people that end up with enlarged pores and don't have really oily skin. So overall, for me, it's pass, nope. I might see how it works kind of under other, you know, primers, but my concern is because it's got dimethicone in it, that's just kind of going to get in the way of this guy doing his job. So for just now, it is firmly into the goodbye camp. If you've got any questions, leave them down below and I will get back to you. Same if you've got any requests, although keep them cruelty free. I forgot to mention that before. If you're newish to my channel, I'm all about cruelty free. I do not like animal tested products and I won't spend money on them. So yeah, anyway, I am going to go. I've been sitting watching films all day, so I've not even been doing anything strenuous. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you had an awesome weekend. Bye.